Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's March 19th, 2022, and I thought what I'd do is take a quick walk around the garden areas and tell you some of the things that we do know and some of the things that we don't know about our plans this year. But I did get a question recently, just wondering, geez, do we think we'll be able to get the, get this greenhouse completed? I haven't worked on it in a couple of years since COVID and all, and around here the winds pick up so quickly. It's so important that you can get the roof on all at one time and get it buttoned down. If you only get part of it on, then there's more of a chance of destruction of the part that you got on. So I don't know that I'll try and tackle that this year. I'm still not in a state where I was a couple of years ago. So that's an answer to this question. It's 51 degrees Fahrenheit right now, which is really awesome. But what I thought I'd do is come into the work area here. There's Timmy down there. And I have started some seeds in here. Some of them I started on the 6th. 14th, 15th, and 16th are the dates that I've started some of them on. Some of the flower seeds are just germinating. The chamomile, they germinated a couple days ago, so we always take the clear plastic covers off after they've germinated to reduce any chances of mold and that sort of thing. But you could see that they're doing pretty well so far. I was able to see that we are starting to get some of our broccoli are just about there, but I'll wait until tomorrow. We'll see just how they're doing. But the rest of everything's been in the 40s in here. And so these are definitely cold season plants that are getting started. We aren't starting nearly as much this year. So 2 years ago we decided to cut back on the amount of gardening that we do. Last year we cut back significantly, and this year we're probably going to cut back even more. We're ending up composting so much of the foods that we've stored in our freezers, and we have multiple freezers. So there's one here, a freezer and a refrigerator freezer there, and then we have I think 5 freezers and 1 refrigerator freezer, or 2 refrigerator freezers over there in the garage and in the house all total. We have been getting some rain, so just about all the snow is gone. We got rain last night and this morning so far. We'll get more rain tomorrow, which has really helped to reduce the amount of snow that we've had, but it does make things pretty messy. And I'll probably make another video today, just going back and showing you what we've accomplished so far with the blueberries and all. So these are all the stool layering of gooseberries all along this path here. They seem to have done pretty well. I need to get to the point where I can start digging them up and potting them up. A lot of them. I have to do a similar thing with the honeyberries that are right here. So you can see the weeds got over these this year, so I have to decide how I'm going to deal with these plants. The blueberry plants here, they did extremely well the last couple of years. So we started these as 1-year-old plants that I bought from a lady in Kentucky. The ones that were leafed out, the Chandlers, did not do very well at all. The rest of them were dormant. Patriot, Blue Crop, and Blue Jay, I think. And so those ones there, they're going to get transplanted out back, and I'll make another video about that. But we'll do some cuttings of these and start some more blueberry plants. So maybe next year we'll start selling blueberry plants. These are the red currants in this bed here. So I need to prune these back and get these potted up. I probably will sell some as bare root plants, but I've got to get these up as well as the ones over in the other plots as well. We have to clean up the scarlet red runner bed here again. This area here, I'm probably going to propagate more more plants and use more weed mats in here. I do want to try and get my fencing up. It's sunk down because of the undulating wood chips as they break down as well, so I need to work on that. But we'll see how those things go. But we'll probably be doing even less of our vegetable crops this year. Now, I just posted a video today actually about a food shortage coming. 2 years ago we experienced a toilet paper shortage, and people going and stockpiling up on various food sources in anticipation of big shortages. Well, I think this year there's really good evidence that that there will be food shortages with the incidence of the sanctions related to Russia invading Ukraine. And heaven forbid we have any major issues with the with environmental, like we could have some severe droughts. We could have severe flooding as well. So this is the Wolf Ridge wood splitter. I'll be making a video about this. I unwrapped some of it yesterday once the snow was off of it. And I still have to get it off the pallet, check it all out, and then we'll do an introduction and a bit of a review on this piece of equipment. I know I've got to do a service on Elon, the Takuchi TB290. I was using the Hulk, which is the Takuchi TL12V2. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I got to really clean out the tracks there. And as you could see, I'll try and do a walk this week so you can see the food forests, each one, how they're looking at this time of year. But the ice, looks like the remainder of the ice is finally off of here yesterday, or last night, this morning actually, because there was still quite a bit of ice out here when I turned in yesterday. And so I'm pretty excited about this, and I'll be using the Hulk out back again today, working, even though we're scheduled to get some more rain. So I'll be using that, prepping the site where the blueberries are going. So we can actually start to see some of the very little shoots starting to shoot up with all the comfrey along the edge here. But last year we had our San Marzano tomatoes, our banana peppers. We still are growing both of those, and we've grown plenty, and they've done well. We had the cover crops in here. These were all the mixed mustard cover crop. So these ones we got in last, so they didn't grow as much as the rest of them did. But hopefully that's replenished, provided food resources for all of the beautiful microorganisms in the soil. And we really have to sit down, even though I've started quite a few plants, we will have some kale we'll grow this year. We'll have red onions, we'll have some broccoli, some tomatoes, but we're really going to cut back a lot this season. Going to make some changes up here as well. I could possibly even take out this whole garden. We've got to decide. So really I've had great luck with the scarlet red runner beans on this long trellis, this hoop trellis, cattle panel trellis here. That's worked really well. We've been growing over the years the leeks, the potatoes, the carrots, and all. And we will be direct sowing carrots again this season as well. But just a little bit of snow left right there, and just got to go through this. So this is the winter rye that's still hanging in here pretty hardy. This was our russet potato bed here last year, and I probably end up taking out this oak tree And I'm definitely taking out the hardy kiwis here and transplanting them out back and taking this arbor out. What's happened is the hardy kiwis have gotten into some of the drainage pipes over in here and starting to occlude them. And you don't want to have any issues with water flow, whether it's coming into the building or leaving the buildings, or draining the perimeters as well. So these ones that really are pretty aggressive, the hardy kiwis, they've grown all over in there. So that's something we've got to deal with. And we'll walk around. And this is the Premier 1 fencing, the real reason to make sure that you get this down in a climate like we're in. So if these are hooked up here and the snow load gets really heavy, it just tears them apart year after year. All along the other side where the snow had drifted up, that's all torn, and certainly right here as well. I kept this pretty much cleared with the snowblower this season. But when the snow drifts up, or when I blow it over onto an area, it gets too deep, and that's a major issue. I do have one black locust here. I got to pull this one up and pot that one up, or transplant it someplace. So we will be, I'll see how many of the various plants. So we always do the perennial plant sales. And, you know, it worked okay last year. But I need to expand our marketing system to see how well things go. I'm thinking about now certainly that the herb circular area here will stay the same, but I don't know that I'll have this area fenced in because, you know, it's just more to maintain and manage the weeds when we don't need to do it. These are all black currants in here, so I got to dig these up and get these ones set. This is where we had our sweet potatoes last year. I don't know that we'll grow the sweet potatoes here this year, or anything in this one. These are our strawberry beds, and we'll be working in here, and the deer popped right up over, and they've been walking right up and down in here. So I have some work over in here. We will keep growing our strawberries. We love our strawberries. I'll be working on these beds. And this is our huge Hosta Berries. I really got to prune these ones back. These will be opening their buds this next week. So I got to get these taken care of right away. There are potentially a couple of the Illinois mulberries over on the other side that may have survived. But and here's one high bush cranberry that did survive. So unfortunately, when I did these hardwood cuttings, the Hosta berries grow so rapidly in this environment that they overshadowed most of the high bush cranberries and the Illinois mulberries. And of course, I didn't manage the weeds over there as well as I should have, so that was an issue. I think we're going to take this hoop out this spring. And I'm not sure where I'll be using the hoop, but we'll take these materials out. And this may be a place that we grow sweet potatoes or whatever, because you need to have your sweet potatoes really protected from the deer. They will climb they will climb a mountaintop to get to their sweet potato vines. So a lot of transplanting that's got to be done. I need to take care of all of the perennials that will bud out soon. That means I got to get up all of the different varieties of currants. I need to get up the raspberries. I need to the honeyberries. Anything that really needs to be transitioned, I need to do it before they start breaking their buds. So here are you can actually see just the beginning of some of these black currants. So I need to get these added into Craigslist and Facebook, and we don't do any shipping, unfortunately. We're just not set up for that yet. Maybe in the future we'll be able to do that, but we're just not there yet. So I just wanted to walk around here and share the where we're at and what we're thinking at this point. We haven't finalized what we'll be growing. I don't know if any local people, one of the things I talked about in the video that posted today was how people, I really think this year that potentially for 2 years, if things aren't rapidly resolved with Ukraine and Russia, and the sanctions are not lifted, then this is going to create a worldwide reduction in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, especially the nitrogen, which industrial agriculture, or your farmers that you'd call traditional farmers now, where you see the big monocultures going, they are completely dependent on those resources, and it's going to be extremely expensive, and a lot of them aren't going to plant. So in yesterday's video I went over a few points of that, and what I encourage people to do is, even if you have a small place, if there's people that you know that can grow food like us, that are not planning on growing as much food, it's an ideal time to start up a relationship. But it's sweat equity going into it. But I think many people can start their own gardens. You can produce so much food in such a small area. We literally produce enough food to last us, whichever crop it is, for years to come. And we can still produce at least 2 years worth of food for our family on this one little area here, to probably 2 to 3 years worth of, if we went ahead and wanted to. We could actually do it more than that if we didn't do single row. And so there is such a thing as square foot gardening. In other words, really maximizing every square inch of your garden beds and getting as much out of it. We use the weed mats because we don't want the extra work of tending to the plants. You don't have to be quite as attentive or put in as much labor by using the systems that we've developed over the years. So that's about it. I think I'll end this video here. If you found this of value, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and leave any comments or questions below. We're always interested in finding out what everybody's thinking. Thanks so much for watching, and have a super fantastic day. Bye-bye now.